Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about setting up your camera for success. What do I mean when I say setting up your camera for success? I mean doing everything and anything necessary to make sure you have a pleasing image right from the camera by putting a demand on the camera sensor so your footage will be ready and usable for post-production. Many have been asking me what camera I use and how I set it up. The first step to setting up any camera is to put it in manual mode. Auto or semi-auto simply means that the camera is allowed to make decisions for you during the shoot. So auto ISO, auto noise remover, auto lighting optimizer, auto sound regulator, auto white balance, anything auto should be switched off. Let's take auto ISO for instance. If this is on, it means that you are allowing the camera to increase or decrease ISO as the environment changes. So if you're shooting outside, for instance, and the sun comes up, it will reduce your ISO. When it goes down, it will increase it. So take them off auto mode and put them in manual mode. Next, you set a camera profile you want to shoot in. When using DSLRs or mirrorless cameras, shooting in profiles like faithful, portrait is not ideal. They are also auto. For you to get the best footage from the camera sensor, always avoid baking your look in camera. I mean, putting contrast, color, value, or sharpness to your taste in camera. This is because of the sensor sizes and the inability to have color grading room to push your footages in post. So what do? Always use flat profiles or log profiles. If your camera doesn't have one, create one by pulling down the contrast, sharpness, saturation, and value to the lowest in camera in neutral. So the footage may look pale, flat, and uninteresting, but that's the goal. This is so you can add all these things back in post. After that, you can white balance, and if available, black balance your camera in the lighting environment you will be shooting your film in. This cinema camera has black balance, but this DSLR does not. So make sure all the lights you will be using are on and your lens is pointed at where your actors will be performing. This is very, very important to you getting accurate white balance. I use a gray card like this, and sometimes I dial it in. Next, if you're not using an external audio recorder and want to record using your camera, do this. Go to the sound function of your DSLR, mirrorless or cinema camera, and move the volume all the way down to 0, and then increase it between 5 or 6 times. Please leave it like that, even if you're not hearing it loudly on your monitors. You'll have better sound when you normalize it in post than when you increase the gain in camera. This is because not all cameras are perfect. Something's gotta give. So when they make these cameras, they're focused on picture, and so the audio preamps are usually very poor. These are preamps. And that's how you set up your camera for success.